My name is Lionel Devlieger. I'm Associate Professor in Material Cultural History of the Architectural Profession at Ghent University, and I'm a former co-founder of Rotor, based in Brussels. Examples that you will find in history of building economies from the past are almost systematically more sustainable and more circular than the ones of the present day. So just looking at them in detail will tell us a lot about what we have to improve in order to move to a more circular building economy. I can give you many examples, but in general, that's the idea. So all the best examples of circular building are from the past. So I think there are many levels of relevance. I think in particular about procedures. So procurement, for instance, the way dismantling works and the reuse of building components was procured in the past is very interesting. There was a lot of wisdom in these procedures, and most of that wisdom has been totally lost. So that is one aspect. I think in terms of the organization of the firms operating dismantling, there's a lot to be learned as well, in the sense that these were complex companies employing sometimes more than thousands of workers, all participating in the same effort and diligently taking buildings apart, storing and cleaning and transporting these elements. So I think there's a lot to be learned there as well. And then there is obviously a huge reservoir of examples of how building components can be recycled to a high level or reused technically. So what kinds of transformations can be applied, how these can be operated, what kinds of tools and materials and machines are needed. Yeah, I would say on all these different levels, there are very concrete lessons to be learned. What I do realize is that there is a real and explicit focus on how to make the reuse of building components happen on the field in concrete building projects today, to a degree of detail that I had never seen before in a conference of this size and ambition. So for me, in any case, it's very satisfying to see this level of expertise coming together on this particular topic, which, from my experience, was very much on the margin for a long, long time, especially in academic research. And this conference shows this is no longer the case. Okay, so I'm very specifically thinking about, let's say, historic research into technical documentation about existing systems or systems that have been applied in the past but are still present in our buildings. So the whole idea of gathering that information, making it available to architects and other building experts or consultants is very dear to me, and so I'm very interested in research in that direction, but many other topics were super interesting for me as well. What I hope is that they realize that, let's say, the biggest challenges to implement circular economy are not necessarily the technical ones. So the bigger challenges are probably on other levels, on the level of how our economy is organized today, what its underlying logic is, how people function on an anthropological level in their relationship with reused elements, and how there's obviously a lot to learn from where we come from in order to think about where we need to go.